Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for committing to the next 30 days of our April Mastermind Bootcamp. And boot camp just means that. And I don't know, we may have some people that have been in the military before on the call, but you go to boot camp to prepare you for what you are going to do. Now, if you for military, of course, you're preparing for possible war, but here we're preparing for the shift or the changes that are going to come to you and your family, as well as those that you are blessing and helping take their business to the next level. You see, this business really isn't about you. It really is not about you. Yes, you came in, but then you need to pay it forward. And paying it forward means that you are making a commitment to show up and help others get what you got or are getting so that they can be successful as well. So after this call, and normally any of my boot camps, we start out where we have 26 that said yes. And after week one, it might be a little over a half of the people start dropping out because they don't want to commit to being consistent in something that is going to change the trajectory of their business. It takes 21 days to form a habit. And so those of us that just came out of the March Madness group were successful. Our team, and the month isn't over yet, we've got a few more hours, right? Grew by 14 success partners. And out of that 14, 12 of the people that brought those individuals in were in my March Madness group. Success leaves clues. Consistency leaves clues. Plugging in leaves clues. So what I want to do is, one, if you want an out after this meeting, no harm, no foul. You can say, I don't want to be a part of this, but I really want you to understand what our goal is collectively as a team and what my ask is of you to help you get there. So there's some non-negotiables. And these are the non-negotiables, and please grab pen and paper. This you'll be able to play it back. I'll put it in the group, but I want you to have it in your journal or in your notes that you should be taking every single time somebody is training. That is something worthwhile for you to write down. So the non-negotiables are the IMV. Now, I know when I was in corporate America at 8 o'clock in the morning, I had meetings, right? I couldn't be on the live IMV, but you can go to your mobile app and you can watch the replay, or you can go to Planet Marketing Vimeo, Vimeo, and all of Planet Marketing's videos are there in addition to the IMV. I'm going to put that link in our chat because I don't know if everybody is aware of that. Why the IMV? The IMV is a tool that is teaching you every single day something, and it's not always related to this business. We will begin reading next week from Good to Great by Jim Collins. And again, I know that not everybody has money to purchase books, but also know that you can go and listen to audios of every book. I'm an old school, I'm a baby boomer. I highlight, I take notes. So that's how I learn, but I'm not telling you to go spend money. What I am telling you to do is, if you want to follow along and really understand what's being taught, get the audio book for yourself. But that IMV literally will change a lot of things that happen in your day. You might get up on the wrong side of the bed, but after IMV, you're pumped. It's given you a piece of something. It's triggered your mindset. It's helped you pivot from one direction maybe to another. And I am on IMV, whether I'm on the treadmill in the morning or if I'm right here in my office. Most of the time I'm at the gym, but I'm listening and I'm still doing the IMV affirmation. So, first non negotiable, IMV every day, either the live or the replay. The next non negotiable is launching your business. Some of you on this line have been in for I don't even know how long and have never launched your business. What does that mean? It means that you are going to invite people to a Zoom. We have Zooms Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. You know, our team Zoom, we have a double header every Thursday. We do the United Kingdom at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, 7 GMT time, which is United Kingdom time. And then we come right behind it at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and do the US and Caribbean. I don't care which one you launch on, but I want you to launch your business weekly. You're exposing your business. If you're not exposing your business, you're not going to get clientele and you're not going to get business partners. That's non-negotiable too. Non-negotiable 3. In the beginning of March Madness, whether you were in the group that was running or not, I said I wanted everybody to do a private travel party. What does that mean? You have people in your home, or you have people online, or a combination. We had a combination at Mary Teasley's house this past weekend. She had people in the room, she had people on Zoom. You show the 10-minute video and then you edify and bring me on. I answer all the questions, have dialogue with your guests, make sure that they fully understand what they have been presented with, and then ask for the business, ask for the partnership. So I want you in this 30 days to at least do that twice. And this is the last thing. I want you to track your numbers because those of you that do not track do not know where you are and definitely don't know where you're going. What does that mean? Tracking your numbers means, and these are the numbers you need to track, new conversations. How many new people have you talked to today? You never talked to them before. New conversations. The second is invitations. How many people did I invite to a Zoom presentation or invite to a live event? There's meetings going on, throughout the US, not so much in your Caribbean islands, but there are meetings going on. For those of you who don't know, every other Wednesday in Tobago, we do a live meeting at Shepherd's Inn. You all can leverage that and invite people to it. So invitations, how many people have you invited to something? Presentations, how many presentations have you done yourself or have you literally sent to somebody? So a presentation can be, okay, I am very comfortable in showing the 10-minute video and having a conversation with somebody, or I am very comfortable in doing the front half of the presentation. I'm working on the back half, or vice versa. But for most of you, it's going to be showing the video, right? So how many presentations have you shown or have you been to yourself? If it's a local meeting, did you go and see that presentation? The next follow-ups. The fortune is in the follow-up. You can't expose somebody one time and walk away. The fortune's in the follow-up. I have one of my business partners on right now, Latricia. I talked to her about this business 10 years ago. And a lot of leaders say, oh, girl, after that time, don't even go back. I'm always going back because you don't know where that person is today in comparison to where they were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, last week. Something could have shifted. So the fortune is in the follow-up. How many follow-ups did you do? And then the last is new success partners or blessings. How many people have you locked arms with that joined you in this opportunity? So these are the numbers you're going to track. New conversations, invitations, presentations, follow-ups, and new success partners or blessings. Any questions on that? All right.
Donna, what about productivity?
No.
Okay.
The reason we're not doing productivity is, from being in March Madness, people may have talked to one person today and invited one person to an event or a Zoom presentation and maybe did one follow-up, and they gave themselves a 5 in productivity. People don't understand what productivity is. Remember, productivity 1, you didn't do a doggone thing. Productivity 10, you blew it out the water. It was very clear to me that people don't understand what productivity is. So I don't want to waste people's time putting down a number that's irrelevant because they don't know. Now, if you want to measure yourself on productivity, feel free. 1, you've done nothing. 10, you knocked it out of the park. 5, you're kind of in the middle, but we will not track productivity in this April Mastermind Bootcamp. Goal. And this is the goal for everybody. See, we're all on even field here. Doesn't matter what level you are. It doesn't matter if you have 0 people or you have 5 people, 10 people, 1,000 people. We're all starting at 0. I want every single one of you that is going to convention to walk the stage. And I know many of you right now as a team, I think we're at 12. When it's all said and done, I think we're going to probably be as a team at 25, which is amazing. But I want to see every single one of you walk the stage. And to do that, you need to be a gold builder. But the other thing that I want you to do, and a gold builder plus, if you don't know what that means that you have people on both sides of the business, right? Over that 9 number. And then I want every single one of us, whether you are going to convention or not, which let me just say, and before we leave, I'm going to have a few people speak on convention and what it did for them last year. I want everyone on this call to be a Fireball Award recipient. What does that mean? That means between January, when it started, and July 12th, you have to have 15 active people on both sides of the business. That Fireball, you'll be recognized. You'll walk across the stage. Dwayne Vansel is going to shake your hand. Mr. Bradley's going to shake your hand and hug you. You're going to get the trophy, whatever it is. You guys saw mine from last year. I want that for each and every one of you. What does that do? Well, remember, you've now partnered with 15 people. And of course, through the progression of January through July, they're coming in at different times, right? But the key is the duplication of helping those people do the same. Now, will they get 15? Maybe not. But the goal is to get them to bronze. Now, just think about this. We're all starting on the level, right? And so you have brought in 15 people before July 12th, and you help all of those 15 get to bronze builder. Where does that put your numbers? It puts you over DIT. You're over halfway to directorship. You see, we need to look at numbers, because if you don't look at numbers, you're just looking at what you're doing. And yes, you're working. You're talking to people, you're exposing. But at the same time, as you partner with new people, you're not bringing them in and dropping them off at grandma's house. That would be me. You are staying connected to them, and you are helping them maneuver through this, because in the beginning it can be overwhelming, especially if they're not engaged. Now, we've put a lot of tools together to help each and every one of you be successful, but I can also say that people don't tap into all that we create. But I want to show you the numbers of duplication and what can happen if you do so. So, our goal: one, everybody walk the stage at convention. Now, not everybody's going to convention. That's okay. Well, it isn't okay. It's like unbelievable. I wish everybody could go to the convention, but it is what it is. But for everybody on this line, you're going to be Gold Builder Plus, which means minimum of 9. But I'm pole vaulting that to say you are going to be a Fireball Award recipient, which means you personally have partnered with 15 people on both sides of the business. And on July 12th, 2026, they must be active. If somebody goes on credit hold, didn't happen. And that comes with communication and working with those individuals that are committed to the business. There's some people that come in that just, this is a hobby for them. It's not something that they're serious about. You see, I'm very serious about the legacy and helping each and every one of you get your legacy. And that may not be where everybody is. And if you remember in the beginning of the year, if you're direct to me, I did strategy calls with you, asking you questions to help you get to places, and then what you wanted me to do if you didn't show up. And even doing that, people still ignored me, right? So what I'm saying is you can try, but you can't make a horse drink water if you bring him to the water. I got you, Lynn. The next thing I want to talk about is you have to be in builder mode, right? Now, I know everybody, well, not everybody, but it's your focus or what you put out there is travel, 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 travel. But the problem with just talking about travel is you're leaving so much out of what the magnitude of this business is, which is changing people's lives through giving them and their family a legacy, which is the Planet Pledge. So during this 30 days, you are going to be in builder's mode. Now, I know, and I'm grateful for this, I've been promoting Passport to Pinnacle Group 11. I just finished in Group 10. That class is Monday and Wednesday at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I did it, but I did not slack up on anything else I needed to do. I was still in that builder mode, that beast mode through that time. You see, if you have a calendar and you have a schedule, you can map everything out that you need to do. It's people that aren't organized and don't have schedules or what is important to them or what is a priority that they are unable to do everything. So if you haven't registered for that course, you have till, I believe, April 14th. please register. It is the best course I have ever taken in my 9 years with this company, done by Master Ambassador Ann Jones and other Master Ambassadors. I want D. Ortega was there with me, and so was Anointed. They're both on the line. I mean, unbelievable course. I learned stuff that I didn't even know. And I've been booking and doing stuff for 9 years. It is that powerful. I want each of you to find your core one. Now, you know, Mr. Bradley, it's called Passport to Pinnacle, Group 11, and I've been posting it, Richard. It's in Team Elevate, our travel group. It's in our WhatsApp team. I believe I put it in Entrepreneurial to Success. Sign up for it. I want everybody to get a core one. What is a core one? Well, you know, Mr. Bradley talks about you need a core three. You need your Army, Navy, Marine. You need your bread, your sugar, your flour, the ingredients that hold something together, right? Well, it's hard to find a core three. What is a core? A core means it's going to be somebody that has your back when you're down. Like if you see Orlando Moore, like traveling all over, he's Mr. Bradley's, one of Mr. Bradley's core, right? It's that somebody's going to step in and help you if you need that backbone, that other ingredient to help you be successful in what you're trying to do. This is a team effort. Remember, we're not in this alone. It's a team. So a core is somebody that's going to be there in the trenches with you. And so what we want to make sure that each of you do is find your core one. You want a core three. Rachel Lajee has a core eight. But we want a core one. Be in search of your core one. And then I want you to work very, very, very closely with that individual, whether they're in this group or not. Because again, you are collaborating and working closely with somebody. Because when you work closely with somebody, how much more you get accomplished. You're holding each other accountable. You're accountability partners. You're making sure that you're understanding the processes and you're passing it on to your other success partners. So find your core one. The other thing that it does, if you can find a core one, somebody that's in the trenches with you, that shows up every day, that really shows you that they're committed, it separates the talkers from the walkers. A lot of people talk smack about what they're doing. I'm bringing this person in, that person in. I got this going on. I got that going on. I've done 5 travel parties, but numbers don't lie, right? So it separates your talkers from your walkers. Last week, our top leader, which is David Washington, was in Chicago. And I was just on my director's call the other night, and he said that half of the room was Ukrainians that couldn't hardly speak English. They were leaning forward as he did the comp plan to get every single bit of it. Why am I saying this to you? People come from other countries and blow us away. And they do so because they see all that we have, but that we take for granted. Look at what the United Kingdom is doing. They're blowing up because they're committed to the business. And if you say, I have a job, I had a job for 7 years of this. Again, and most 99% of the people that do this business do it on a part-time basis. It's what do you want to get out, and do you really want a legacy for your family? What do you really want, right? And who are you going after to partner with to get it. We're looking for partnerships. We're looking for collaborations. I'm not looking for numbers just to bring somebody in to say I got a number. No, I want a relationship and I want to change things for the individual that is shared with me their why. You attracted people with the travel, most likely. But remember, travel does not give you residual income. If you hear on the IMV every morning, not every morning, but I know that Petra Daniels and Melody Washington says that they make $100,000 residually that follows them. Remember the one slide when I do the comp plan of residual income, do something once and get paid over and over and over and over again? On that residual side, they're making over $100,000 a year, $8,333 per month. That can change a life. That can change your zip code. That can change all of the things that keep you up at night if things do financially. It can change a lot. And every single one of those individuals started where we started. Paid $200 and started blessing people. The other thing I want to say is your front line. So the people that you personally bring into the business is your foundation, right? And it's a 3x9 team build matrix. But even though only 3 can sit in those seats, you don't stop there. You keep on building your foundation so your house can't be knocked over by a storm, by a tornado, by whatever's coming your way, right? Because remember, even though it's a 3x9 team matrix, every single person that you bring into the business is another leg. Now, remember when we said, if you look at the matrix and that 33 and a third percent, 33 and a third percent, 33 and a third percent comes up, right? But if you have way more than 9, because you need 9 to get into directorship or on your way to directorship, and you keep building that foundation, every single one of those is a separate leg that you can get a minimum of 100 business partners from. And as you move up through the rank, that number changes. So I want to make sure you understand that every business partner you have is a separate leg of business that counts separately when you are trying to get to be a balanced 100. And if you don't understand that, please let me know so that I can explain it further for you. And 2 other things, and then I'm going to open it up. If you look at the leaderboard, does everybody know where the leaderboard is? The top 300 people in the business. But if you go to your virtual office and you scroll down, Rachel Lodge's number 1, Shedrick White is number 2. Now, Shedrick used to be on the IMV every Friday morning with Jay Anthony, but he had a stroke almost 2 years ago. He was doing a presentation in Florida, had a stroke, didn't even realize it, came back. He's lucky to be alive because he didn't still go to the hospital. He thought he had indigestion or something. He didn't go to the hospital. It wasn't till maybe 2 weeks later. Literally, the man should not still be here, but he's a man of God and he is still here. He just recently got married. But he hasn't done this business. He hasn't been out flying, doing this, that, and the other for almost 2 years. He's still number 2 in the business. Nobody knocked him down. Why? Because he built the foundation. He did the work. He has leaders that are out there helping and doing what he did for all those years. He was the first person that Mr. Bradley brought in the business. He was the first bronze, silver, gold, 1 star. Okay, he's a 6 star. That's one point I want you to really understand about building the foundation and doing the work up front, because then eventually you can sit your butt down and enjoy. Really, really, really enjoy. Nobody but a handful of you, or maybe a couple of you, know even who brought me into this business. You've never seen them. You don't even probably know their names, only unless you knew me from a previous life, right? But they make about $3,000 a month on that matrix and the 50% check match that the 9 people that are direct to them or whatever give them. Why am I saying that? They did the work, but now they're just not engaged. They're off doing something else. But it doesn't stop. That's why we say always pay your monthly overhead, because that money is going to come with or without you. But can you imagine doing nothing? And when I say nothing, nothing, goose egg, and they make about 3 grand a month doing nothing, would that help any of you on the line? Okay,
Sure would.
I know. All I'm saying is they built a foundation. They did the work in the beginning and then, they walked away. They're still in, they still pay their overhead, but they're not building, but they're still making all that money. Because it gets away from you. It's like an avalanche, a ball avalanche coming down a mountain. You started it and it starts slow, and then the momentum comes. You can't stop it. Rachel Laji has 31,000. She can't stop it. She doesn't know all those people on the team. Orlando Moore, 45, 6,000 people. He doesn't know those people, because people know people know people know people. And that's the beauty of this business. You're going to find a Natalie Graham. You're going to find a Orlando Moore. You're going to find a Donald, maybe not a Donald Bradley. You're going to find, people that are powerful in regards to their commitment and tenacity of seeing what they have in their hands. People that have never done this before, because I know everybody says, oh, they came with thousands of people. Rachel Laji, no, never did it before. Natalie Graham, no, never did it before. So you can't use that as an excuse. So the next 30 days, we are running. No excuses, just execution. IPAs every night before I go to bed, which means tonight, because April 1st is tomorrow, you will get a call to action to do. So this isn't just like a group that we're in there, pictures and, how was your day? No, I am giving you call to actions to complete each and every day, and then to put your numbers in that chat, WhatsApp chat, every single day before you go to bed. It holds you accountable, and it's showing other people what you're doing. 21 days to make a habit. If you run with this 30 days, and we're not stopping there, I'm just saying the 30 days, you see, if you were with us in March Madness, you're already into that momentum. Those people are moving, right? And now we're in April. I am preparing you to walk across the stage or be at a level that you're really going to see some income July 12th. So I'm going to stop there. I gave you the non-negotiables. I gave you the goal. You will have your call to action before I go to bed each night, or one of my leaders will post if I'm out of pocket, so that you know when you get up that next morning exactly what your call to action is that day. Now, you can't like read it and do part of it and not. It's like you're in front of the colonel and he's like, do 25 push-ups, and you do 2 and you're like, I'm done, you'd be kicked out of boot camp, right? So it's the same thing here. This is building you to be capable of the things that I know that are coming your way in addition to the income, because the growth is unbelievable as well. So, questions, comments, anything before I ask somebody to speak about convention last year? Any questions or comments about what I shared? And again, how I started. If you don't want to be in this boot camp, honestly, it is okay. You don't have to be. But if you stick in this boot camp for 30 days, you are going to have new success partners, you're going to have clientele, and you're going to be making money. Why? Because you are consistent. You are doing something, showing others, so it becomes duplicatable. And that's how your organization grows exponentially. Questions, comments?
Hi, Donna. You said that people are prospecting Ukrainians. So are obviously these Ukrainians are living in the US, but they're not in Ukraine, right? So they're basically just dealing with folk that are already in the US then.
Yeah, Ukrainians, okay. Remember when the war started, they flocked here. And so there is a huge Ukrainian presence in Chicago as well as Florida. But remember, the countries that we show each and every month, the new list will come out. It normally comes out about between the 3rd and the 6th of the month, which I post. Those are the countries that we can sell travel agency franchises in. And I'm going to repost as well in our group the list, because even if you look at the countries, sometimes it doesn't drill down to a name within that you say, oh, I can sell the travel agency franchise there. So I will make sure that I post that as soon as it drops for April. But yeah, they're US citizens or dual citizenship, but they're hungry. When I tell you they're hungry, just like the UK, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, and we have team members in the UK, Scotland, Wales. We are right on the iceberg, Mr. Chris Murphy, of blessing somebody in Ireland. And then we'll have that whole territory as well within our organization. But that was a great question, Pam. Yeah, they are US or dual citizenship, and that's how we sell them an agency. You've got to be in a country that we can sell the travel agency franchise. Remember, we have to be licensed and accredited in that country. It takes $2.4 million coming from Mr. Bradley, Mr. Ferrara. And remember, we were supposed to be in Dubai by the end of this month, but the president here in the United States has put a wrench in that. So we are, too much going on in Dubai, but that is our next country we will be in, that you'll be able to sell franchises there as well. Great question. Any other questions, comments about what this is, what the expectation is? If you follow it, what you're going to get out of it, anything at all.
Director, can you show the name of the book once more?
Yes. It is Good to Great by Jim Collins. And we'll start reading this next week. We're finishing up, or we did finish up, the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, John C. Maxwell, which was amazing for those of you that are tapped into the IMB or was reading the book. All right, real quick, and if you have more questions, that's absolutely fine, but somebody that was at convention last year, could you come off mute and just give the family your take on convention and what convention did for you? Jim
Jim
Collins, Collins.
Collins.
Hey, Emma J.
Hey family, how you doing? Um, Great training by the way. And guys,
Thank you.
honestly, coming out of March Madness, there's no words needed. Literally, the results showed for itself. And if you didn't do it, it's never too late, right? We're forgetting about what happened then, and we're talking about how we're going to move forward now, right? So, convention. You guys know I've been in the business since 2022, and last year was the first time I got to go to my first convention. Okay, the previous 2 years, I was pregnant. I can't even say unfortunately because that's a blessing, right? But I was pregnant, but still, I was still running as though I was going to be. Okay, 1 second. Still running as though I was going to convention, right? Because I was setting myself a personal goal. Give me 1 second. Let's just sit on mommy's bed. Go sit on mommy's bed. Yeah, go sit on mommy's bed. Sorry. So for me, what did convention do? Convention took what I thought I was doing, showed me, Emma J, you haven't even started, right? It changed my whole outlook of what I had and I thought I was treating as a business to what I now have after convention to see the progress of where I am now. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm no longer where I used to be because of convention, right? So the powerful talks that you get, how they pour into you, what that did for me was made me come back and say, well, Emma, if you want to be a leader, it's time to now pour in. There's no excuses. They've given you the tools. They've given you the IMV. There's no reason why you aren't attending, right? I now schedule myself that, hey, when the clocks change, yeah, I missed the first IMV, but did I miss another one? No. Because you see, before at 9 o'clock, I'd done the school run and been at home, dropped my husband to work, done the school run already. Now at 8 o'clock, I'm in the car, but IMV is in the car with me. Right. And I don't like doing the replay because I like to keep it live. It starts my day the right way. All right. That's the first thing. Secondly, it made me think outside of the box. Now, when we first started, we used to do what's his name? Nightingale, the 30-day, right?
The secret. Mm-hmm.
That's the one, the secret to success. We was doing that. And that was a 30-day challenge and that was a trial, right? But then it was training yourself to actually be committed to yourself in what you say you want to achieve, because it's only you that's responsible for your actions and your results. So for me, I then took that and I said, he then said in there, if there's not an opportunity, then you need to create one, right? Now, there wasn't any workshops taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. Tell a lie. There were workshops taking place, but there were no workshops being done by Team Elevate in Trinidad and Tobago. And I put it that way because there's other people, there's a large team, but people don't really have that team spirit, that team culture as we do here. Let me call a thing, right? So with knowing that my heart of I'm doing this with a genuine love for helping people, I made that sacrifice to put both of my children into daycare and give up my time to stand before the community and explain to them about this business. Why? Because I know it works. Why? Because I know it's seen me through one life-threatening episode. It's seen me through things in life where I sit back and I say, put them shoes on and start to sprint because you have a legacy business in your hands. Convention showed me, Emma, buckle up, girl, straighten that crown. You have nothing to worry about. All you have to do is connect with your coach and mentor. See that lady there? That lady who pours into us intentionally. And it burns and it really frustrates when we have Zooms and the team don't attend. because they don't realize what is really being put into the background work to make this as easy as it has been to date. And I say that because when we came in, it come like we was doing like a master's. But right now, it comes like we're doing a primary school paper because the tools and resources that we have in place for you guys to make it easier, all I'll say to you is convention will change your trajectory. Take on board everything that's being said to you right now. Do every single call to action. There's 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week. And if you know that you want to get to where you get to, don't make excuses. Get your calendar, set your diary, set your schedule. You come first. The things that you're making the excuses over, if they're not putting any income into your pocket, that is not important. That's called a distraction, right? So literally, you need to take the tools that you have and run with it. I appreciate people work. I appreciate people got different schedules, right? I appreciate, yeah, I could do this full time. Thank God I'm in that position to do that now. But guess what? I was still working this when I was still on the UK time zone, living in the Caribbean. I was still running this business, right? So for me, there's no excuses except for the ones that you give to yourself. But then ask yourself, this thing that I'm doing right now, could I be making money from it? Or could I actually be doing my business, blessing other people, and in return, blessing myself? So I say to you guys, if there's not a meeting around you, make a meeting around you. Create the leader within you. Be confident in yourself. And if you need to have a one-to-one because you want to step up, speak to your leader. Your leader will never shy you down. Right now, the company's looking for leaders. Look at the statistics. When I do my introduction for Misty, her edification, she's in the top 1% of leaders. 1% of leaders. Look how many people are in this organization, right? And every single person on this line has the capability to step up. As Misty says, get one. And all you have to do is literally duplicate that. Duplicate that. I'm like glued to Misty. If I don't hear from her, I know something's up. I'm on that phone, video call. I want to see your face, right? Something's up. I need to check in. And I've started to build that with core people within my team because you know what? As I say to people, this ain't a transaction. This is a business opportunity towards freedom. And sometimes just a simple, hey girl, how you doing call, as I had last night, and got 2 sets of bad news. This business, you need to have a heart to do this business. You're going to hear some real life stories in this business. But at the same time, when you hear those real life stories, you're then, once this business is in you, you are then able to align this business to their story so they never have to go back through that again. And that is what convention has taught me. Back to you, Misty.
Hey, I'm gonna get one other person. Cassetta Grant, she was there last year. Do you want to share with us what convention did for you in 2020?
Glorious evening, everyone. I've had the opportunity to be to convention twice thus far, and I'm about to make my third trip to convention. Convention is life-changing. The thing about it is when you see the people walking across the stage, that is like, oh my God. That is like one of the most exciting. I enjoy all the classes and all of that, but to actually see people walking across the stage from across all the different countries, it is amazing. It's electrifying. And then to visualize yourself one day walking across the stage. So if you've never been to convention, look here. Get on board. See you at convention. God bless.
And I think we have one more. Desdra, you were there last year. Do you want to just give a few comments before we close out?
Oh, yes, convention was life-changing. As you walked in the room, you saw 6,000 like-minded individuals. It was really awesome. It was as if you were, in a doll shop, a little girl who loves dolls. 6,000 life-changing persons. And what really I took away is that was ordinary people, just like all of us on this Zoom, doing extraordinary things. A lot of them started off in life in lesser positions than we were. Some persons had really life-threatening emergencies, physically, job-wise, neighborhood-wise. And that is why Donna just said it could change your zip code. A lot of persons came from 0 to 100. Some of them did it in 1 year, some did it in 5 years, but they all put in the work and they did it. But what I liked particularly is ordinary persons doing extraordinary things. And if they could do it, all of us on this Zoom could do it. Thanks, Donna.
You're welcome. I'm excited about convention this year, but more importantly than that, even before we get to Orlando, Florida, I'm excited about the rank advancements that we're going to have within this team. I'm excited that all of you are going to be gold builders or above, bringing in 3 additional streams of income. I am excited that you are representing a company of excellence that wants to change people's lives, right? These owners of this company are not fly by night, both Christian men, both that built this business from their own money, debt-free companies, and showing each and every one of us that if we put in the work, you will be rewarded. And then when you leave this earth, your family will continue that legacy. I want so badly for each and every one of you to get the Planet Pledge, but I can't want it more than you do. So I'm asking each and every one of you, commit to the 30 days. Because what's going to happen if you commit to the 30, you're going to avalanche that into the 102 before the cutoff for convention. So I want to thank each and every one of you for stepping up, saying that you want to be a part of this boot camp. You do want to change. You do want consistency. You do want structure. You do want IPAs. You do want calls to actions, because when you do those things, just call a thing. It changes everything within your business. So thank you so much. I will be putting the first call to action for 1 in before I go to bed tonight. And there'll be other stuff in there as well. But you will definitely have that before I retire tonight. And that's what's going to happen each and every night, so that when you get up in the morning, you have a full day to take advantage of what you need to do to take your business to the next level. So with that, thank you so much. Chris and Emma J, if you could just stay on for a minute, I would appreciate it. Have it a blessed night. And thank you guys. I am excited about what's going to happen here. I'm stumbling over my words, but I'm very, very excited about what is about to transpire in April of 2026, which is going to pole vault us into May, June. And remember, April's showers brings May flowers. You may be going through some thunderstorms, some lightning, right? Some tornadoes, but you best believe that that is only making you stronger as you hit May, when the seeds that you have planted begin to bloom. Love you all. God bless.
Good night. Love you too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Good night.
Everybody. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you. Have a wonderful
Good
night,
night.
everyone.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Richard.